Hello, this is Sandra O'Reilly. I'm a contributor for iHeartFaces and I write tutorials here and there on the site. Last week I wrote a tutorial and had a question left there wondering how to make eyes pop without actions. And that question was left by Mrs. B. And I'm here to share one way, there are many ways, but one way that I use quite a bit to make eyes look better. Julie Rivera shared this little tip with me, and it's nice and quick and easy to do. So I think you'll find that you'll use it quite a bit once you see it done. I'm going to bring up this week's Fix It Friday boy. He is a cutie and he has the perfect eyes to work on. So what I'm going to do is zoom in on his face. I can do this either with the zoom tool, make sure it's on plus, and then zoom in, or I can hit Control plus and that will also zoom in on his eyes. Now if I wanted to zoom out with a shortcut, I'd just do Control minus. So that's a quick and easy way to zoom in and out. I'm going to go ahead and select my magic wand tool, or magnetic lasso I guess it is. You can right click on it and there's actually three different lasso tools. Make sure you have chosen the one that has a little magnet on it. I rarely use the other tools. The magnetic lasso tool is very handy because it finds the edges of what you're trying to select and really makes it very easy to select things. Julie suggests that you have the feather set on 5. The other settings are just ones that I have, their personal preference, and you just need to find what works best for you. In this case, the selection doesn't have to be perfect. Other things you need a really perfect selection, but this one it's pretty much dummy proof. I'm doing it, so it must be dummy proof. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and select the first eye. Now I'm going to have to select both eyes, so there's two ways you can do that. You can either have it set on Add to Selection, which is the second box here, or when I go to the second eye, I can hit Shift, hold it down so I make my first click, and then keep going around and it will be able to select in two different spots. So I'm going to go ahead and go around the eye. If you can tell, it's not perfect, and that's okay. And then I'm going to go to the second eye. It's already on Add to the Selection. If it weren't, I would go ahead and hit Shift here and then let go once I made my first click. I'm going to purposely make a mistake because sometimes it's really hard to find the edge of something and you end up going off. I used to get very frustrated when this happened because I didn't know what to do. I usually deselected and started over again. But there's a really easy way to go back and fix your mistake. What I do is I go back to where my last good selection was, and then I hit delete. Each time I hit delete, it takes away a point, and so I'm back where I was. And then I can just keep going, finish selecting the eye, and now I have both eyes selected. What I need to do is copy this selection into a new layer. I can do this by going up to Edit, Copy, Edit, Paste. That's the long way of doing it. A slightly shorter way is Control C, Control V. And recently I learned about an even quicker way where you can just hit Control J, which Control J basically copies and pastes all in one. If you notice, as soon as I hit Control J, a new layer came up and it has only the eyes. If I were to take away the bottom layer, there they be. Kind of looks odd there. I'm going to make sure this layer is highlighted, and then I'm going to go up to Filter, Other, High Pass. I usually leave it on 20. That was the default the first time I ever brought that up. It seems to work. I know if you go to the left, it gets a bit cloudier. Go to the right, it's less cloudy. I've just found that 20 works really well, so that's what I stick with. Once I've done that, I can hit OK. Now you might be thinking that does not look good at all, and it doesn't, but that's okay. You're going to make it look better in just a minute. If you go over to the Layers palette, right now that layer is set on Normal. I'm going to change that to Soft Light, and you'll see the difference right away. Now you might think, well, does that look that much different? What you can do is see the original. So I'm going to take away the change. And if you notice, the eyes were beautiful before. But this, once you bring this in, it really highlights all the neat details of the eyes. If you notice with this boy, he has at least three distinct colors to his eyes. You see those details so much more, and the colors are deeper and richer. Yet, it doesn't look fake. A lot of times when we fix eyes, it gets kind of crazy. Pioneer Woman refers to it as like a cyborg. We don't want to go there. We want to have natural looking eyes. And this just gives that little punch of color and richens the tones and really makes those eyes stand out. So if you get a chance, stop by Julie Rivera's blog and let her know that you really love this because I think you'll find that you use it quite a bit. And we thank her for sharing that with us.